Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you Sunday, July the 26th, the year's 2020. Let's talk trading. It's time for the weekly open and gap. I just want you to know these videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Trading is extremely risky. You can lose all of your money. If you need trading, investment, or financial advice, seek the advice of an accredited financial professional. And when you're trading, never lose more on any one particular trade than you're willing to lose. And keep your head in the game. Don't succumb to any of these, any of the fears or any of the regrets. And always be aware that when you're in profit, the market can take it back. So for the week, we see that the looks like the pound gapped up slightly, filled it, and we have lots of pairs that haven't filled. We're only into what, 2.5 hours of the market, so I'm actually coming here a little earlier than normal. The spreads have almost calmed down. Usually for me, the pound's somewhere between 1.1 and 1.4. Right now it's at 1.6. We're still putting in the opening range for the week here. So far, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days green in a row. You can see that again here. We're down 451 pips on the year, getting closer. Notice where price is at the moment when you look to the left here. You know, we're looking back a few years, or a few months, I should say. But just notice what price is bumping up against. Here we're no inside bar plays on the pound at the moment, and actually there's not that many this week. No range over 100 yet. We're just starting out, once again, 2.5 hours into the trading day. But you can see that the pound is in that weekly or in the daily upper wick zone. And at the buy zone, we have the pivot point here. We gapped up, so there was you'd want to trade short, and you can see here you might have triggered the trade, but if you didn't take a pip or two profit or just scratch the trade, you may be in drawdown right now. Let's just see what happens with the pivot though. Rats, only got 21 pips range. Range is too low. Don't even think about a reversal now. Weekly pivot 1.27028, call it 1.2703. Remember that number during the week. We'll see if we take out that weekly pivot. Showing the daily, we missed this one here. So far, 3 missed pivots this month. And if we look at the week, we've got 2 missed pivots this month. So maybe it takes this one out, maybe not. Just have to wait and see. In fact, that's something that I think traders that are watching my videos, I think it's something that some of you haven't quite understood about trading. I can tell from the questions you ask and the way you ask them. It's not about the indicators. It's not even about the methods. It's all about you. And that's why I stressed your risk management, your money management, and your brain management. Those are the things that you can do. Because it doesn't matter the system that you're trading. The market doesn't care what system you're trading. I could switch to trading squiggly lines, and the market's going to do what it does. And I could flip a coin to decide whether or not to trade and what direction to trade, and the market's going to do what it does. So yes, I design systems that have statistical edges, just like this pivot. But the market's going to do what it does. So in this particular case right here, it missed that weekly pivot. And depending on where I put my stop loss, I either took a small hit or maybe I took a larger hit. Depends on the position size. Did I risk more than I was willing to on that particular trade? It's just like right now. You could trade the pivot. It could come down, hit it, and you make money, or it could continue up and either you get stopped out. Hopefully you would get stopped out, but if you didn't put a stop out, it's just going to take away your money. Now you could say, well, based on statistics, but how long can you wait it out? I mean, for example, this pivot was missed, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's almost 2 months, 7 weeks. Are you willing to wait 7 weeks? Can you wait 7 weeks? And then also, I can see people inquiring about time frames. You know, what chart period? Can I do this on H1? Can I do this on the monthly? Can I do this on the weekly? I don't know how many times I have to say it. Price is the same on all charts. I don't care. You see where price is? If I switch this over to a monthly, it's still there. If I switch it to daily, it's still the same. And H4, I can go all the way down to M1. And unless price moves, it's the same. But guess what? It moves the same on all chart periods. But I still see traders hung up or tripped up by time periods, by methods. And as I pointed out, I could put 100 traders in a room. I could teach everybody the same method at the same time in the same way. And out of those 100 traders, there might be a handful that get it, and they're profitable from the get-go. There might be some, it might take them a week or a month, they get it. Some of them might take a year, and they get it. Some of them will never get it. Perhaps trading isn't for them. My point being is, it's like I always say, it's not what you're trading. It doesn't matter which pair, doesn't matter if you're trading Forex or stocks or commodities. It doesn't matter what you trade. It's all about how you trade it. And you see, that's one of the things that you don't hear from other traders. Every now and then there's somebody who might allude to that fact, but for the most part they don't. Why? It's because they have an agenda. They either want you to, they basically want you to purchase something from them, whether it's an indicator, a method, a book, go to a seminar, entry to a chat room. But that's what they do. Me, only thing I have to sell are t-shirts. Yes, I have donational indicators, but they're not for sale. If you don't have to donate. If you don't like what I do, you don't have to donate. The people who like what I do, yes, I have some donational indicators that I send out as a thank you. And that's it. But I don't push it. I don't do any arm twisting. I don't do any sales tactics. Because that's not what I'm about. I'm just here to help you as a trader. Hopefully. Some traders get it, some traders don't. Some people thank me, some people don't. But the thing is, it's what you as a trader have to do is you have to understand that most of that stuff you see out there is just something to separate you from what's in Hip National Bank, and that's your money, okay? They're good at it. I've mentioned it before, the art of persuasion. I don't have to persuade you to do anything. I take care of my own account, my own trades. If you guys like what I do, maybe you do it. Some of you ask questions. I try to answer. I try to help. Some of you make suggestions for indicators. Some of them I write. Some of them I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. Some of you suggest some modifications to my indicators. Some of those I implement, and some of them I won't touch with a 10-foot pole. But that's just me. It doesn't mean that your idea isn't any good if I use it. I just don't find the value in it. Perhaps I don't understand it. But the point is, like something like the wick zone, price is in the wick zone. Chances are before this day is over, price is going to leave this wick zone. It might leave it to the upside, might leave it to the downside. It might do both. At the end of the day, it might wind up back in the wick zone. But I know, I'll bet between now and the end of this session, this Sunday, Monday, or let's just call it the Monday daily candle, I will wager that either the high is going to be above 128.03 and or the low is going to be below 120. Actually, the low is already below there. But I say it'll probably do it again. It'll get below 127.87. I just can't believe price is going to stay within a 16 pip range on the pound dollar for the rest of the day. That just not going to happen. I don't know how far it'll go out, but I'm willing to place trades saying that it won't. And why do I have that confidence? Well, look here. We got a 24 pip range and there's zero. The last 100 days, 0 days has had a range of less than 24. It's at the 0 percentile. Right now it's at the bottom. So you see here at the 20 percentile, it was 86 pips. Well, 86 is a lot bigger than what was it, 16 pips I just mentioned? That's where the confidence comes from, statistics. I mean, it's just like here, H1, previous H1 breakout, right there, price is going through it. And I have confidence. That's a 10 pip range between here and here. And the average range over the last 100 bars was 20. But just look at these bars here. Out of the last 5 bars, which is the current bar inclusive, only one was under 8. So once again, price left that zone. You can take these trades. Do I know when I enter this trade it's going to be profitable? No. That's why I have a stop loss. And that's one of the things that I think some traders are hesitant. They want to do all this back testing. You can back test till the cows come home. It's to me, it's worthless. You can demo trade. That ain't trading. Until you get some skin in the game, I don't care if it's a penny a pip or a dime a pip. Till you get some skin in the game, you ain't trading. It's like watching some sports videos, like, watching videos on how to drive. You can watch videos all day long, how to drive, but until you get behind the wheel of the car, start the engine and start pressing pedals and shifting gears, you ain't driving. Same thing with trading. You don't learn how to trade by watching. You learn how to trade by doing. It is a skill. And skills require practice to get good at, whether it's playing a musical instrument, working with tools, or trading. They're skills. So you have to practice. And that's just the fact. All these people talk about, well, open a demo trade. The only reason you have a demo account is when you go to a new trading platform, you need to learn the buttons. Like somebody was asking me, hey, what were these? Where'd this come from? Well, that's your Alt T. Right here. And if you do, that's the one-click trading. You can just hit the hotkeys or the key sequence, the Alt, hold down the Alt key, hit the T key, and it toggles it. That's part of learning the platform. But once you get beyond that, you learn the platform and you hit buy when you mean to hit buy and you hit sell when you mean to hit sell. You're not pressing the wrong buttons and you know how to get out of trades. Now's the time to go from demo to a live account and start trading. Because learning the platform is not the same as trading. Okay, don't confuse the two. We can look at these, once again, these highs and lows. Have they been taken out before? Or the last 5 to see where price may stall. We can do this very, very, very simple. H1, trading with the candle color at the line. It's at the line right now. You could go long. You see that? So, fellow traders, just remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. And if you haven't, please click subscribe and click like. I'd like to see if I can get up to 1,000 views.